Good evening. Today we're going to look at interpreting the remainder by relating the remainder back to the problem. 4 different types of questions you might see is when they want you to drop it, is where you're just ignoring the remainder. Another one is where you have to round up, so round the quotient to the next whole number so that everyone or everything will be included. Another one is where you have to share the remainder, where you display the remainder as a fraction or a decimal. And sometimes it only is asking for the remainder, so it's asking for what portion is left over. We're going to look at an example of when you're going to ignore the remainder. It says Mary is making candles to sell at the crafts fair. She needs 6 ounces of wax to make 1 candle. She has 45 ounces of wax. How many candles can she make? So to do this, we've got 45 divided by, she makes 6 ounces of wax to make 1 candle. Okay, how many times can 6 go into 45? 7 times. 6 times 7 is 42. 5 minus 2 is 3. So I've got a 7, remainder 3. Well, I've got 7 what? 7 candles, remainder 3. Well, let's look back. 3 ounces of wax. Well, the question is asking how many candles can she make? Well, she can make 7 candles. Can she make another candle with the 3 ounces? No, so we're going to drop the remainder, and our answer is just going to be 7 candles. Another example is when you're going to use the fraction, or use the remainder as a fraction or decimal, so you're going to share it. Here we've got Angelina has a board that is 21 inches long. She needs to cut it into 2 equal pieces. How long will each piece be? So I've got 21 inches, and I'm dividing it into 2 equal pieces. 2 can go into 2 one time. 2 times 1 is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. Bring down the 1. How many times can 2 go into 1? It goes in 0 times. You can't leave it blank. You still have to put that placeholder there. And then I've got remainder 1. Well, 10 what? 1 what? I've got each piece is 10 inches, and then there's a remainder of 1 inch. If we notice, our units are the same for my quotient and my remainder. Well, I can cut 1 inch equally. So I'm going to share it, cut 1 inch. You have each one is going to be half an inch. So 10.5 inches. I shared it because I can still cut length and make it into a decimal or a fraction. So in this case, I shared the remainder. Our third example is when we're going to round the remainder up. So here we've got 46 Girl Scouts are going to summer camp. 6 girls can sleep in each cabin. How many cabins will they use? So if we have 46 Girl Scouts and 6 can fit in each cabin, how many times can 6 go into 46? Can go in 7 times. 6 times 7 is 42. So we've got 4 remainder. We've got 7. How many cabins? 7 cabins. With the remainder of 4, what are we dividing? Girls. Well, we don't want to leave the girls out, so we need to have another cabin. We're not adding 4 cabins. We just need 1 more to fit your 4 girls. So I'm going to have 8 cabins. I just rounded up to my next whole number. There will also be times when you're only looking at the remainder. Mrs. Dennis bought a bag with 785 pieces of candy. He divided the candy equally among the 24 students in his class. How many pieces of candy were left over after Mr. Dennis divided the candy among the students? It's asking how many pieces were left over. If I have 785 divided by 24, how many times can 24 go into 7? 0. How many times can 24 go into 78? 3. 24 times 3. 4 times 3 is 12. 3 times 2 is 6. Plus 1 is 7. So I've got 72. 8 minus 2 is 6. Bring down the 5. How many times can 24 go into 65? Can go in 2 times. 2 times 24 is 48. 5 minus 8, bigger bottom, better borrow. So I'm going to regroup. 15 minus 8 is 7. 5 minus 4 is 1. So I've got 32, remainder 17. So how many pieces of candy have left over? 17 pieces. On this one, we're going to look at these examples, and we're going to figure out whether we're going to drop it, round it, or share it. So the first one, Molly needs 2 pieces of rope to set up her tent. She has one piece that is 11 feet long. How long will each piece be if she cuts the rope into 2 equal pieces? So here I've got 11 divided by 2 equals 5, remainder 1. Well, since we're talking about length and we can still divide that equally, it's going to be sharing it, and it will end up being 5.5. You can write as a decimal or as a mixed number, 5.5. So that will be how we share it. Next one, 23 Girl Scouts want to roast marshmallows. There are 50 marshmallows in a bag. How many marshmallows will each girl get? So I've got 50 marshmallows divided by the 23 girls, and we get 2 marshmallows per girl with a remainder of 4 marshmallows. Well, it wouldn't be fair if you gave out those 4 marshmallows. We can't divide it equally, very easily, among the 23 girls. So we're just going to drop it, and each girl gets 2 marshmallows. Next one, we've got 23 Girl Scouts are going camping. 4 girls can sleep in one tent. How many tents will they need? This is similar to our problem before. 23 girls divided by 4 girls in each tent, and you're going to get 5 tents, remainder 3 girls. Well, are you going to make those girls sleep out? No, you're going to make sure you have another tent. So you're going to add 1, and you've got 6 now. So you round it up. Next one, Andy has 62 marbles. He would like to give equal numbers of marbles to each of the 8 boys in his scout troop. How many marbles will each boy get? So if he has 62 marbles, dividing it with the 8 boys in his group, he comes out to each boy gets 7 marbles, but he has a remainder of 6. It wouldn't be fair to have one kid not get it, so each kid gets 7 marbles. So we dropped the remainder. Last one, Maria is bringing pie to share with her Girl Scout troop. Each pie has 6 pieces. There are 23 Girl Scouts. How many pies should Maria bring so that everyone gets at least 1 piece? So we've got 23 girls and 6 pieces per pie. So that says that there's 3 pies with the remainder of 5. It says how many pies should Maria bring so that everyone gets at least 1 piece? Well, right now we've got 5 girls left over, so we need to round up so that way everyone can have at least 1 piece. So we would need to have 4 pies. So we round it up. Now it's your turn. Interpret the remainder for the following problems and record it on your pink whisk sheet that you have filling out and bring it to class. All right, thank you and have a great night.